So I was sitting here thinking, what is it that I wanted to talk to y'all about, right? While I'm getting ready for the day. And I thought about it and I literally was like, let's talk about what's going on now. Like, life update. What's happening now? So, what's happening now is your girl is finally getting her spark back. Like, I am just now coming out of postpartum, and my daughter's too. Whoever said that postpartum just lasts up until the first year, I think that they should go back to the books and they should do a little bit more research to really see if that's actually true. Because the cloud that I felt over me these first 2 years of motherhood, I can't even explain to you. And a lot of times I know, like, posting and social media and people around and stuff like that, they just felt like, oh, well, you never seemed like you were really sad or anything like that. And it's not even necessarily that I was sad. It was just, I didn't know, or I couldn't even recognize who this person, like this body, the person, the woman, I couldn't recognize who is that lady after I had my baby. And life just began to life expeditiously. I had my baby at 25 weeks. Nyla weighed 1 pound, 13 ounces. You could see through her skin. And within 6 weeks of postpartum, I had to have 2 emergency surgeries. Your girl literally almost went on to glory multiple times. So I just didn't get to enjoy the introduction into motherhood the way that pregnant women, expecting moms anticipate, or we just, dream about having. I didn't get to have that introduction into motherhood. I was quite literally thrown in there, and a lot of my pieces of my puzzle weren't even completed, weren't together or anything, and they just, tossed me right in there. So that kind of catapulted me into survival mode, fight or flight, nervous system just completely in a disarray all the time. Like, all the time. And there were things like that were happening back to back to back. 6 weeks postpartum, I had to have 2 emergency surgeries. One situation happened where I ended up back in the hospital and they were literally like, listen, we don't know. It could honestly go either way. We just have to wait to see what her body's going to do. This is conversation that doctors and physicians are having with my family. They didn't know what was going to happen. There is no medication to treat anything. Just have to let the body do what it's going to do. And it was literally either my body and the Lord were going to see fit that I stayed and completed my assignment, or my time was up. Like that's literally how serious it was. And that was 6 weeks postpartum. Take that back. Not 6, 2. I was 2 weeks postpartum when that happened. So it just didn't, I'm not going to say that I did not enjoy, because there were moments and times where I absolutely enjoyed, especially my baby. I absolutely love her to pieces. But along the way, I lost who Chantel was turning into at that time. Lost her completely. Like, I had no clue about anything. Child didn't know if I was coming or going. I spent a lot of my days and my time at the hospital because, of course, that's when my baby, she was literally a resident there. So I went through it, and in that process of going through, I lost me along the way, dealing with the things of becoming a single mom and having a child that needs and requires so many different things. I put a lot of time and effort and energy into my baby and left me on the back burner because a lot of times I felt like I couldn't afford to do the things that I wanted to do. And that was simply just taking care of me. I felt like I could not afford to take care of me. And having that thought process became very damaging in the long run. So, with having a baby that was born early, it came with a lot of different things. One of those things being she had to go to therapy multiple times a week, speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy. Those were the three that she's been in for the past 2 years at this point. And just what took up my time was making sure that she was still developing and going through her things that as she should, trying to bridge the gap. The focus has always been bridging the gap between Nyla and then a toddler, her age, the average toddler or whatever, so that, she would be ready for school when school started. I focused on that. That was been my life for the past 2 years. But now, fast forward to now, baby. Now, the getting has gotten good. And I'm thankful for it. When I say the way life has changed because I took my motherhood journey and I ran with it. I am a high effort mom. Some people may say that is over the top. I don't think that there's such thing as necessarily being over the top when it comes to your kid. But with me being a high effort mom, I'm on the back burner. Everything was about Nyla. And now that all of the work, the consistent hard work, the sleepless nights, the multiple therapy appointments, and this session here and that session there, traveling here, traveling there, outpatient 45 minutes away, all of these things that I was doing, that I've been doing, my nose, y'all, for the past 2 years now I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor, and that being Nyla is now in school. Preparation leading up to this moment and this time that I have to myself to start to feed and pour back into Chitchat, I felt the change coming. Like, I was completely aware and listening to God. I heard him tell me it's time. And he told me that I am coming out of my just existing, because I was just existing. And you're about to live. And not only are you about to live, but I'm going to show you how good it can get. All of this crying and stressing and worrying about finances and how are you going to be able to afford this and afford that. I mean, when I say finances, I mean finance. Y'all, I was paying $100. I paid $100 a month in parking alone. Now, mind you, your girl is unemployed. That's just what it is. I have worked on and off. It's just always something would happen with a job, and it just ended up and resulted in me being home. And that was literally because I was supposed to be home with Nyla. She required a lot of hands-on time and attention. So once I began to accept that, things started to shift and change. Now that she is in school and she does not require as much hands-on and time and attention from me, things are completely different. Like, when I say completely different, I mean not quite night and day, but we close to it. With Nyla being in school now, it has freed up 8 hours a day, sometimes 9, depending on what she has going on in school, for me to get done the things that I want to get done. Whether it be I just want to dilly-dally down to the Marshalls, and the Burlington and Ross, without having a hooting and hollering, screaming toddler on my hip. I get to do that. I actually am finalizing everything so that I can re-enroll back in school and I can finish my bachelor's degree. I've come to the realization with realizing and coming into this woman that God has desired and set for me to be. I'm not an online learner. That in the classroom online is not for you, girl. I'm sleep. Girl, I'm sleep. I can sit in this bed, sleep. I can sit over at my desk, sleep. I can sit downstairs, sleep. I have to go in the classroom. I have to go down to the schoolhouse. I have to sit in the classroom, and I got to sit in the front. If I'm going to learn anything you trying to teach me, you trying to show me, I got to come in there. You have to show me eyeball to eyeball. And now that she's in school, I have the time to do it. So she'll be in school and I'll be in school. And I'm so excited. I feel like I'm just coming into form. Like, I don't really know how to really explain it to you, but like literally that I'm just coming into form. I'm finally coming out of postpartum. Finally, I'm coming out of postpartum. I can identify myself in the mirror. The first thing that I did was being able to become a better version of me and just who I'm supposed to be. The first thing that I did was I went and got gastric. I sure did, honey. I got me a sleeve done. I am a year and some months post-op. I went from a size 14, 16 to a size 6'8". I have a whole lot more energy and I don't regret my decision. Some people say it's the easy way out, but if you really need the process that it takes, and also too, the mental and all of the things that it takes on your body, people wouldn't necessarily say that it's the easy way out. If you really knew all that it takes and it took. But everybody's opinion is everybody's opinion. And that's fine. That was the beginning of, eventually you're going to snap out of this trance that you're in from becoming a mom and life just changing and changing so drastically the way that it did. That was the beginning. So your girl is in the body yaddy. I start with my trainer. Well, I have my consultation today with a trainer. I'm looking to getting into the gym. I'm looking into just creating a updated routine that reflects more of the woman that I am. The mom that I am. I want to get outside. I want to get more active, especially since, the weather is changing. I'm looking forward to life now. Like, it's not like I, didn't want to live. Not too much. It's not like that. But life, it feels good. I don't feel overwhelmed. My shoulders are down again. Like I used to be so just uptight and hyped up all the time because my nervous system was just a complete wreck. And I've spent the past 2 years with my nervous system being a wreck and my shoulders up in my neck all the time. So now that life is just, I stayed the course. I devoted 2 years, almost 3 at this point, because Nyla will be 3 next month. I devoted so much into doing what God told me to do, which was steward this baby the right way. I blessed you with her. You asked me for her years ago. Everything is not going to always come in the exact package that we wanted, but that doesn't take away. Now that I am in this space that I'm in, it's literally, it's just the beginning. And it's a feeling that I honestly can't even begin to explain. Like, you just feel, I just feel good. Like, I was just journaling because, baby, I talk to the Lord out loud, honey. I talk to him in prayer, in like deep, intimate prayer. I journal to that man. I quite literally, we talk all day, every day. And I was just journaling the other day. And I was journaling and just telling God, like, I'm genuinely just happy. Like, I'm happy. I feel good. And even on the days where, like, I physically don't feel good, like it might be a headache kind of day, I don't know, my pressure might be up a little bit or something, I don't know, I'm still not miserable, sad, crying. I can't tell you the last time that I just sat and just crying because I'm so just depressed and all of those different things. Like, that fog and that smoke and smug that I have been in for the past 2 years, I am out of it. And for all of my girlies, my moms, my first time moms who are going through it and going through the motions, listen to me. Listen to bestie, okay? Listen to your bestie. It does get better. But it starts with this. You have to think of better. You have to change your surroundings. And also, too, when I say change your surroundings, I mean down to the stuff that you watch on social media. A lot of people think that you don't control your algorithm, but you actually do. Your algorithm is based on the things that you search and you look up. So if you're looking up other single struggling moms and all of those different things like that, all it's going to do is just continue to feed and pour into what you're already feeling. I changed a lot, starting with the things that I will watch on social media. If I know that I'm already feeling sad and I woke up feeling away, what I don't do is watch those super sad and depressing videos. I don't. I'm intentional. Once you become intentional with your thought process, intentional about what you engage in, things will slowly start to change. You have to be intentional. Intentional about everything. Be intentional about you. Intentional about what you watch, what you indulge in, the conversations that you have. Everything counts. Everything matters. I am such a lip combo girly. And I don't even know where that came from. Parts of becoming and turning into the woman that, you know, you're destined to be. You start finding out that you like all kinds of things. I did not know that I was a lip combo girly. Like, and to put a lip combo on with no face. So, love that. But now that we're coming to the end of this chit chat and get ready with me, I want to leave the moms to be with a little nugget. Okay. Hold on. Let me do this so that we can focus. It does get better. Promise. Girl Scouts honor. It does get better. If you don't have a village, create one that works for you. I understand that sometimes as moms, we have our children and we don't have family members. Your parents may have passed. You may be living in a new state by yourself. So many different things. If you can, you create your village. But when creating your village, I want for you to use discernment. Not everybody can be trusted with our kids. I'm well aware of this crazy world that we live in. Create your village if you can. And even if you can, God is the only village that you need here. Because when you tell him what you need, what you stand in need of, when you say amen, that is from your lips to his ears. He's going to answer it. He's going to handle it. Stay the course. Do not allow for fear to creep in, because fear is something that is given. That is the voice of the enemy. Okay? If it feels chaotic, it feels like confusion, that is not of God. All right? All right. Everything is in decency and in order. And when you're doing what you're supposed to do, he's going to handle the rest. He's going to take care of the things that you're still swirling in your back of your brain about if or should or shouldn't. Is it, will it, can it, will it? I promise you, he's going to handle it all. I'm living currently in he handled it all. I'm returning to I can't even say returning to myself. I am a new woman that I prayed that I would become and that I would love and would enjoy. I'm telling you, it gets better. Stay the course. My NICU moms, I'm with you. I'm with you. I am with you. I am with you. I understand the doctor's appointments. There may be some moms that might be watching this and you're currently sitting in your child's room. Stay the course. If you need to cry about it, cry about it. You need to holler, holla. Okay? Don't allow for anybody to tell you how to process your things, how you should feel about your things. But one thing my mother always told me is it's okay to visit your feelings, but don't take a residency there, because then that is what distracts you. Then that is what keeps you down. Visit your feelings, but come out of it, because there's a journey that has to continue to be traveled to get to where it is that God has intended for you to be, as a woman first, and then as a mother, then as a sister, a friend, and all of the other things. But the woman first, the woman of God first, is who he's looking for. Okay? It gets better. I promise. If there are any additional things that you guys would love to talk about, comment down below and we can hop to it. We can get to it. We can chit chat. I'm always open and available for a conversation about anything. Okay? We're an open book around here. But some stuff ain't none of y'all business. Okay, great. With that being said, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share this with any fellow moms, your family members, whoever. Create a conversation about it. Okay? All right, bestie. I love you.